What's up everybody and welcome back to my single player for episode 2 using the Direwolf20's 1.12 pack. You can see there's been a couple of changes here. I got a bunch of furnaces back here, which we will get into. Actually, let's just do it right now. So, I want to get into ore doubling, and the easiest way to do that is with the Tinker's Pack. Now, I'm going to try to treat this series as kind of a pseudo-tutorial for you guys, for those of you who are trying to get into modded Minecraft. You may not know a great way to start off, because it can be super overwhelming. There's a lot of things going on here. So, real quick, most mod packs will have Tinker's Construct in them, and Tinker's Construct adds in all of this stuff. And this is a lot of things. It's 9 pages worth here, and we want to make a smeltery, and I don't think do we have a Tinker's book actually, because that would be a great reference to you. So you start with this book, and it's super helpful. The introduction will tell you everything about creating things, but we want to make a smeltery. A smeltery is a multi-block building where you need to make a controller, a tank, a drain, and then a bunch of wall pieces to make it. You guys have probably seen this before, but if you haven't, that's what we're going to be making. So it's going to look like this, and I've flattened out a little bit of an area here for us to make one. And I started smelting some seared bricks, but we need to make a lot more. So to make seared bricks, because you're going to need to make these blocks here, seared bricks, which is a 2x2 of seared bricks. And to make seared bricks, you get that out of grout. And to make grout is gravel, clay, and sand. So you can also do it in this configuration too if you have the full block of clay. But we have the little ones here, and it's just the same. So I went out and mined a bunch. Thankfully, we are right next to a gravel beach right here, which was very handy, and I got a bunch of sand from over there, and our little lake here has a bunch of clay, and there's a bunch of clay downstairs, which we're going to get into here in a second. So you could just combine these in any fashion. I think that this is shapeless crafting, yeah, so you can have it in any order, and we're going to make 2 stacks of grout. And I got 6 things here, so let's just do... There's 6. There's 6. And we'll just spread those. It doesn't matter. Okay, so there's 10, there's 10, there's 10. This isn't a super efficient way of smelting stuff, because we're going to have a lot of extra or like excess coal being burned, but it is a quick way, so that's all I care about, because I want all of these to be smelted quickly. We also have some food going here. We got peanut plants, some black raspberries here, which I can now plant more of, a couple of wheat plants over here. And my thinking is that we'll probably live off of sandwiches for a little while. But I want to make a little bit more of those, and then we'll get into early game kind of like good eating. It's just like easy stuff. Probably the easiest would be... look at that. Look at little berry bushes here. Oh, can't eat anymore. It's probably coffee, but I haven't seen any coffee plants, but I haven't really been looking for them either, so I don't see any around here. The other thing that I've been doing is strip mining, and I've only been using stuff that I need to repair or replace my gear. So if I need a new pick, smelt some iron to make a new pick, and this is what I have right now. So we have a bunch of gold, a bunch of diamonds. There is more diamonds down here, as I'm sure you've seen. But I didn't grab all of them because I wanted to level some tools. since we're getting into Tinkers, Tinkers has a leveling mod that you can add on where you can level up your tools as you use them. And stuff like diamond, redstone, coal, and everything like that, they give you more experience because there's multiple of the drop, and then there's also regular ore that also helps a lot too. So I left some iron, I've left black quartz, we got some obsidian here, which I'm looking forward to because we need that. This right here is what's called destabilized redstone, which there's some ore of it up there. It makes liquid redstone basically, which we'll get a bucket and we'll get that pretty soon. So yeah, I left a bunch of ores here after mining out all these shafts and stuff like that. This is what I ended up with. And I didn't go anything further because once we make our tool, I want to come down here and actually mine out all that stuff. I'm just going to do home. So yeah, we have a bunch of ores and stuff ready for early game. I think my voice cracked just then. I swear, guys, I'm not super young. Alright, so while this stuff all finishes up, it looks like it's pretty close. We're going to make a bunch of bricks. So I'm just going to get a couple there. So you can see a stack of this only got us 16 seared bricks. But now we need to make a controller. And a controller is just done by making a box of them. And we'll make a couple of these faucets. Okay. And for faucets, we need a drain. So we'll make a drain just like that. And then, actually, we need some glass. I don't know if I've smelted any of that yet. We have one sand left. Let's go make a quick trip over here. I got mine from this one. I'm trying not to destroy the sand area that's near me. Alright. That's good enough. So we need sand to smelt into glass, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you already knew that that sand makes glass, and the glass is going to make us our first tank. And it's almost nighttime, so I'm going to sleep real quick. Can only sleep at night. Come on. There we go. And I'm already getting overrun too, by the way. Being here, there's been a lot of mobs, so they've been doing work. Thankfully, got some iron armor. I should probably make pants, but I was kind of waiting to get this all going. So I'm gonna start mine off as a 3x3 base, which is a pretty decent one, but it can be any size. I think you can even get away with having it just being one block in the middle. Now, this smeltery doesn't need blocks under here. So we can do this, and that's valid. It doesn't need corner blocks, it doesn't need blocks underneath it to complete it. It doesn't need to be a perfect square. It just needs to be a perfect square considered on the inside here. So in the middle here, we're going to put our controller. Okay, our controller has to be on the bottom level, so the first level that's here. If it's any higher than that, it won't work. The drain can be on the second level. I don't understand how that works, but it can be. And pro tip is to put it on this corner block here, because this corner block will actually give us 2 outputs for the price of 1 drain. Instead of doing multiple drains, we just do 1, and then we'll get 2 drains out of that. So now that our glass is done, we can make our first tank. Now there is multiple. There is the seared window, which retains liquid when broken, and that's the one we're making. But there is also yeah, the gauge here, which is like that, which uses more glass, but you get a neat looking little gauge thing. And then there's also the tank, which uses 1 glass, which looks like that. I don't know why I always make the seared window. I think it's just because it's easier to see the levels of lava. And now we need to make a casting table, which is where we're going to be doing most of our stuff. And just as a backup, we're going to do the opposite and make a basin, which is how you make full blocks. So when I place that, the window here, I believe that the window has to start at the bottom as well. I don't think that it'll actually be a complete multi-block if we do that on the second level. Oh yeah, look at that. Never mind, it does. Alright, cool. We'll just leave that there. Actually, we'll put it over the, yeah. No, we'll put it over that. As long as we don't break this, we'll be fine. So, look at that. It's not working now. We'll just put it on the bottom floor. Just for my own sake, I'm just going to put that on there just so it looks nice. So this right here is a working furnace. Even with the drain here, it should work perfectly fine. So we're going to put our casting table there and our basin under that one. This is what we'll use to make full blocks of stuff. And I made a bucket yet, because we are going to need lava. Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, we're going to be using this to make a bucket. And actually, we could take this down with us, because it retains its liquids inside of it. So it says retains liquid when broken. Let's get rid of that. So we're going to go back downstairs here. And we're going to put down the thing here. Alright, so it takes 4 per block, and you can put multiple of these windows in your smeltery, but we're just going to use the 1, because it'll actually last you a long time. So do that, and then, yep. I think I had to change my controls, but if you search by key and hit P, place item in the world, which comes from Draconic Evolution, I set that to P. And got rid of the conflicts. I think there was 1 conflict for it, but it's super handy because then you could just place down items like that anywhere in the world. So I press P and it just puts the item down, and you can right click to pick it back up. I usually do that for a backup of lava. I'll just keep a lava bucket on the window. And so this is a working smeltery. So now if we take, let's just say well actually we're going to need gold. And I don't think I need this gold right now, so we're just going to put that in there. So you see, I had 10, but I was only able to put in 9, because right now, the only things I could fit in there is a 3x3 of items. So to increase that, we can make our smeltery taller. So there we go. We just doubled the amount of gold, or the amount of items that we could put in there. And you'll know what stuff can be smelted by there's a little bar right here. So I'm pretty sure sticks can't be smelted. So it goes like it has this like silver filled out bar here, and it says item can't be molten. And certain metals will have certain times that it takes to smelt. Harder stuff like obsidian, which you can melt by the way, it takes a long time. But other stuff like, I believe, tin, if we grab a couple pieces of tin here, tin smelts super fast because it's a soft metal and the temperature of its smelting is fairly low. So another thing that you need to worry about is the smeltery will hold on to liquids. So it'll hold on to those liquids forever. And even if I break the smeltery and bam, these 2 blocks, and now it's broken, you see the liquids are no longer in there. If I complete it, as long as the smeltery controller block here has not been broken, it'll retain all the information. So you can break it, make it bigger, smaller, whatever. As long as this is still intact, the liquids will stay. And I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty positive. Well, maybe we'll test it out here after we use some of the gold. That when you break it, it loses it. But maybe an update has come. So what we need to make are casts. So in Tinkers, there's these right here, these casts. Now you can make temporary ones out of clay, but they'll burn up after one-time use. We want to make ones that we can reuse. So you make gold ones here of all these pieces. So Tinkers is basically craft your own weapons and tools, right? I don't think I've said that yet, but should have been obvious by now. So you can make hatchets, you can make bigger tools like hammers, and then big shovels like excavators, which these mine out a 3x3 and these will dig out a 3x3. We're going to be doing just simple Tinker's tools right now. So we have we make the casts out of either gold, so we can use molten gold on an iron gear, makes a gear cast, but that will consume the iron gear. It doesn't consume the cast. Well, I guess that technically is the cast. Sorry for the yawn. That is the cast for that one. It looks like you can also use molten brass now. And then originally you had to use aluminum brass. And gold, brass, aluminum. Yeah, just showing you all the different gears that you can do it with. So you can use gold, which is, it uses 2 bars worth of gold, so that's 288 mil buckets worth. So we have 10 in there, so we should, well, 11 technically, but we have some more. So that'll make us 5 casts. We'll be making more later. Or you could do molten aluminum brass, which is cheaper. And that is just 1 copper to 3 aluminum. Makes 4 aluminum brass. Which is cheap. It's cheap, but sometimes finding aluminum is difficult. I'm not even 100% sure if I've found any. No, I haven't. So, but you can find gold. It's just more expensive. But we have a good amount of gold, so I'm not too worried about it. So to make a cast, you just take of something that is what you want to make a cast of, and even though this is a brick, it does make an ingot. So if we pour gold over it and give it time to cool down, you see the progress bar there, we now have an ingot cast. So if we tell it to so to switch what you want to pour out, you just click on it. I don't know why my voice is failing me now. So we want to bring out 10, so we click on 10, so it's the bottom one. Click on that, and then we have a 10 ingot. So that's how we'll do most of our stuff. But right now, we're going to swap back to gold. And I need another chest. I think I'm all out. I am all out, and I left all of my wood down below. So we're going to go down real quick. Hop back up, grab the wood. And sleep before the monsters come and tear us to pieces. We do have a way of stopping them from spawning, though. Alright. Make some of those. And my force of habit is always to put it here, because you can put hoppers underneath these tables and feed it into this chest here. So we're going to put that in there. And now we need to make all of Tinker's tables, which I'm not sure which page they are on. Right here. Okay, so we need to make a stencil table, pattern chest, which is optional, but we will make one, part builder, and a tool station. And oh cool, there's a part chest now. How do you make that? Just a couple of sticks in the patterns. Interesting. And then later on, we upgrade our tool station to a tool forge, which we'll probably do right from the get-go, because I think we'll have enough iron. So the first one is the stencil table. This is the one that you'll make all your stencils with. So we need to make a bunch of these blank patterns. So we make those by 2 sticks and some planks. We don't have any planks on us, so we'll just do that. Oh, I actually needed one of those logs. Let's go chop down a tree. I haven't been replanting because I'm going to level out this whole area. I didn't have enough durability to go more, but that's fine. We got 3. Alright, so I'm gonna make a couple of these. So we will need a lot of these, so I'm just gonna make 20 for right now. And so one of those over a piece of wood, a plank, gives us our stencil table. I believe one over a log gives us our part builder. Since we made it with spruce, it has spruce legs. One over a chest is our pattern chest. And then the last one I always forget. Part builder. Tool station is over a crafting table. So make a crafting table, put it back in to give ourselves a crafting station. One over there, and we got one of those. Okay. So those are the main tables. So I need to put these in kind of an assembly line. And we'll just do it over here. So the chest can be used by 2 different tables. So it can be used by the stencil table and the part builder. Yeah. And then we'll put our tool station here because that's the one we're going to be accessing a lot. Okay. So the stencil table needs blank patterns, so that's why we made extra. And that's where we could have made the... oh no, that's not the ingot. I always confuse this for an ingot because it looks just like it. So we're going to need a pickaxe head, which we'll put in the pattern chest here. And real quick, just to see what you will need, if you go into your tool station and you click on the pickaxe, you'll see that it requires 3 things here, which is a tool rod, a pickaxe head, and a binding. Shovel is the same way, but it needs a shovel head. Axe or hatchet is the same thing, but it needs an axe head. And we can also make a sword too, which is a sword blade and a wide guard and a tool rod. And then you can make a bunch of other things right now. Once we upgrade this, we'll get the more advanced stuff. So right now we got a pickaxe head, a shovel head, a hatchet head, tool rod right here, and a binding. And why not? Let's make the sword too. So we'll need a wide guard and a sword blade. Okay, so now that we have all those got put into our pattern chest because we put them over here because that's connected. And our part builder can also access all of that stuff. We're going to need stuff to build the parts out of. I don't think I can make them out of dirt. I can make them out of wood though. That's right. We'll use wood. So this right here is the material that you'll be making the stuff out of. And this is all of the properties of wood, because depending on the material that you make your tools out of will change the stats that are on that pick. So a wooden pickaxe is not that great stat-wise. Has a mining speed of 2, attack of 3, and it has 3 modifiers left. We'll get into what modifiers are after we create our tool. This is going to be a long episode, I can tell. So it's not that great, but it does give you the bonus of ecological, which every part of it does. So if you make the head out of it, you get it. The handle, you get it. And the extra bit, you'll get it too. If you make the whole thing, it should give you ecological 3. So what is that? It's green power. Renewable resources are so good, they regenerate by themselves. So if we just hold on to this for a while, it'll eventually restore its own durability, but the durability is super low. It's 15 and 25. So you get, what, a durability of 75 there. That's nothing. If we make one out of stone, the durability is only 16 because stone is super brittle. It's not very good. And you get the cheapskate, which is stone is bad, your tool has less durability. So if you use a stone head, it's just going to be bad. You're almost better off using wood, but what's the speed of this one? Mining speed is 4 versus what, the 3? 2. That is wood. So it's a bit faster, but it has less durability. The handle modifier, durability is -50. So you actually lose durability by just using the handle here, and cheap. Increased durability gained when repairing the tool. So every time you repair it, it'll gain durability, but it's not that great. Flint is probably what I would recommend right from the get-go. So I would have built all of this in episode 1 for me before strip mining. I needed stuff to do between episodes, and I wanted to kind of hit the ground running, so I mined a bunch before that. But before you even start your strip mine, create a furnace, a smeltery. Sorry, not a furnace. I would probably go with like a 2x2 instead of this 3x3 that I've done, just to save yourself on materials, because really it's way cheaper that way. And make Tinker's tools immediately, because Tinker's tools, unlike regular tools, don't disappear. So this one we have like we have 1 durability left on this. So I think there it is. It's gone. So it's dead. We had two breaks left on it, or whatever, 2 mining possibilities left. With Tinker's, it would just say broken, and you have to fix it. So we're gonna make a pickaxe head, a shovel head, a hatch head, a stick, or tool rod rather, a binding, and a wooden sword. So real quick, bigger stuff takes more materials. So this right here, sword blade pattern, material costs 2. So when we make that, that's going to take 2 pieces of wood, which is what's in here right now. I would recommend flint. Flint is a really good starter resource. But bigger stuff, which I should probably start smelting this iron, because we're going to need a lot of it. So we put our pickaxe head down here. We got that. So that's 8 ingots is going to get us 4 more casts. So we can get at least a pickaxe and the shovel done. So we're going to cast that over the pickaxe head. The pickaxe head is gone, but we now have a pickaxe head cast, which costs 2 material. So we'll need 2 of something to make the head of it. So we'll put that in there. Make our shovel head, and then we'll make the binding and the tool rod. Put those away. And our first pickaxe is going to be probably just iron. Maybe we'll look into silver and gold and see what they give us. But iron's not bad. And it's cheap, so let's get a little more pieces of gold in here. We need to make 3 more casts, so that's 6 gold. And since this doubles our gold, or doubles your ore, we put in 3 in here, and instead of just regular smeltery where we only get 1 per ore, we'll actually get 2. So this will be 6. That's how I can tell it's a long episode. How many times I'm sleeping. Bounce on my bed until it's nighttime. Is it 10:30? Is that when I can sleep? Yep. I'll need to remember that. There's a little clock on the top right that'll help you out. Alright, so there's our 6 ingots of gold right there. Smelt all of these up. Now this is the only real pain of smelting stuff is that you need to swap out your casts. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Alright, so real quick, let's check... so you can also make stuff out of cactus too, by the way, which actually makes a pretty decent sword blade. Because you get prickly. Blocking deals damage to the attacker. They always hurt. I believe it adds more damage to the sword. There's bone, obsidian. Obsidian is okay. I don't quite understand what they mean by your tool lasts longer most of the time. I think every now and then you get a free durability hit. So when you're mining, say you mine 5 blocks, it may only take durability for 3 of those. Every point durability lost increases damage. So there used to be a workaround for this where you would do Prismarine or whatever. I think it was Prismarine. Where you take the durability all the way down to like 3. And then you would put a battery on your tool, so it then uses power as durability instead of regular durability. So it would constantly be at that low durability. And paper. Paper is good because usually people will make their binding or their guard out of paper because it doesn't really add a whole lot anyways, ever. But it would give you an extra modifier. Iron, night slime, netherrack. We got lead. How's this? I think copper is good. Poisons the enemy on hit. Not bad. Attack is 3.5. That doesn't seem that great. How's that compared to iron? 4. Yeah, it's close. Yeah, manulant is what you want to make your swords out of. Copper head is probably not so bad for your pick. Gain additional experience. It's not bad. Silver. Deals bonus damage to undead. Ooh. An attack 5. It's better than iron. So maybe we'll make a silver blade right from the get-go. Bad. Deal bonus damage to unholy enemies. Cool. I mean, if it starts at 5, the bonus damage would be great, right? Running around charges your tool. Hitting an enemy discharges it. Electrum is pretty cool. Magical wood. Steel. Steel's not bad either. Hitting an enemy leaves them bleeding for a short time. Okay. Interesting. Whoa, demonic metal is way better for a sword. I wonder how we make that. Is there a way? Demonic ingot. Legends tell of ancient creatures from before the dawn of humans whose bodies deformed by the heavens fled the strange realm beneath the earth and built elaborate temples of worship to their new homeland. They infused the bones of their dead with dark energy and weave constructs of living flame. Their most powerful creations were lava wells where they would throw special metals, hoping that their tribute would be answered with riches. Okay, so I assume we probably throw some metal into one of these lava wells, and we get demonic ingots out of it. Interesting. Okay, so that's something we gotta look into. I've never dealt with demonic stuff. I've known of it. Never went to it though. Okay, so we need to make sure. Okay, so we got 7 ingots of tin in here. I'm gonna get that 10 out. So the other, well, a disadvantage of the smeltery is that all these metals are now living together in here. So what does that mean? That means basically if we have silver and gold in there, it would combine into electrum. If we had bronze and aluminum, we would make brass aluminum like we were looking at earlier. So you need to make sure that whatever you have in here, it's not going to mix with something that that'll get rid of the metal that you want. So if we had our silver that we want to make our blade out of, which it only takes 2 for that. So yeah, we'll just put it in 1 for now. So see, we have a block of iron here cooling down, which took it down. You can see that'll smelt into a block of iron, which we can then make into 9 ingots. Which is, actually I needed the block. I need the block to make the table. So I'm going to put more iron in there. So silver. We're going to make that our blade real quick. And then everything else we're just going to make out of iron right now. Or what? No, we were looking at another material. Were we? Nah, it's fine. We'll just do iron for now, and I'll show you that you can replace the parts of any of your tools at any time. So as we're doing this, I'm gonna do double up. I'm gonna smelt iron blocks as we do a regular iron, because we're about to get a bunch more right there. And I'm putting in even more. As a matter of fact, we can even make our smeltery taller here. Whoop. So we can even put even more. Make sure that you always complete a levels, because see, I still need 2 more to complete another one. But now we have a scroll bar here. We can put even more iron in. I accidentally pulled out some, it looks like. Alright, so stick. We need 3 of these? 4. So we need 4 tool rods, 3 bindings, a wide guard, which we didn't, or no, I put it in here, didn't I? Yeah. Put that back, the sword back. 1 more of these. 3 of those. Tool rod, we were done with you. We need 1 wide guard. Actually, you know what? We should just make our whole sword out of silver. Why not? So if you made a part that you don't want to keep, you can always throw it back in. As long as it's a part and not the full tool, you can re-smelt it back down. I think that'll be enough. That's 1. Yeah. So we need our tool rod back. Put in our silver. Split our 1 block. And then while we wait on that, we'll do more iron stuff. And then the shovel one. Oh man, this episode's a little long on the tooth. Could have been 2 episodes. But no, we're going for it. Alright, so wide guard. And the reason we're making it all out of silver is that I'm pretty sure it'll give us a bonus to our holy damage that we want. So we got two more of that. So that is our sword, our hatchet. Alright, cool. We got everything we need. Put all that back in here. 4 nights. Yeah, definitely a long episode. Hopefully, hopefully you guys are still with me here. Alright, so now build our pick. We gotta put in our axe head, our binding, and our tool rod. And this is where you can name it. So you can name it like pack. Pike. I can spell pickaxe. Pickaxe 1.0. And it'll be named there. And now if we put in our shovel head here. Right there. You can name it as well. I'm not going to for every one of these. You used to be able to put the pieces in regardless. And I didn't smelt down this because we'll reuse that. And here's our silver broadsword, which we'll name the zombie killer. Why not? So our attack is 7 here. We have 3 modifiers, and verse undead we get another 3 attack. Because we have 3 pieces of holy gear, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if we change this... Oh no. Interesting. Okay, we do lose durability. So you can swap out parts like that, but you'll get magnetic with it. So we only get 1 trait of holy. This would say holy 3 if we did get 3, but since we made all 3, we'll just use it. So there's our new sword, which is great. And I believe we have enough to fix this now, or upgrade it. Those, I think they have to be the bricks. Yeah, they do. Alright, so I'm going to mine out 3 of these, because we don't need it for the top layer, because the top layer was incomplete anyways. And make a metal tool forge. And put that back down. So now we have way more stuff in here. So now we can make a hammer, which is 2 large plates, a hammerhead, and a tough tool rod. Not a regular tool rod, but a tough one. There is an upgraded one that costs 3 materials instead of the 1. You can make a cleaver, which is great for beheading stuff. Scythe is good for like clearing out plants and stuff. Lumber axe is great for trees, and excavator and stuff like that. So we all have all of that available to us. So now, between episodes, I'm going to smelt the rest of my stuff here and recast it back out as blocks or bars and stuff like that. And I'll probably make the hopper system here. Because this is actually, you know what? Before we end the episode, make a quick redstone clock. Wherever it may be. There it is. Stone. Darn it. Ah, but I used all my cobblestone here. Alright, hold on guys. I'm gonna go down, pick that up real quick. Okay, there we go. Redstone clock. And now that this bottom part is out, all we gotta do is just throw in a hopper down there, face towards here. And then we put a redstone clock above it. And every time that that ticks, it's going to pulse this faucet, and it's going to pour one of those, and then that's going to go straight into here. So there we go. Already got 2. So I'm going to make another hopper for that side, and make another redstone clock. And always be sure to put a lever on here so you can turn it off. Because sometimes you don't want a whole ingot down here, or like maybe you want to keep some in here to mix metals. So anyways guys, I'm gonna do that. That's basically, I don't know, cheap automation right there. And you can even put a hopper on the front of the controller here and feed straight into the controller. So if we wanted to do more automation to make this simple. So say we want to put all this iron ore, we could put our thing like this, and then dump that in, and then if we can click on our controller here, you can see that it feeds it in. So after it's done smelting 1, it'll put in whatever's next here. So right there, super cheap automation for for doubling ores. Thanks again for guys for watching this incredibly long episode. I will see you for the next one.